Hello everyone, I'm Tim Gabrielson and thank you for joining us for this year's Rush to the Cure virtual gala, benefiting the Randy Shaver Cancer Research and Community Fund. Thank you so much for being here. Where's here? I mean, you're there, I'm here. Actually, we should all be there. Now, I know because of this pandemic, things are different. And I'm about to introduce the Shavers to come tell you how important right now is for your support. And they're going to be able to share a lot of that information with you. But I thought we should maybe do something amazing. Maybe we should do something fun, magic. I'm a magician, so let's try it. I'm going to attempt to read your minds. Everyone, right now, I'm going to show you 6 playing cards, and I would like all of you to burn one of those cards inside your mind. So right now, one of these 6 cards, I would like you to burn in your head. Think of the color. Think of the suit. Think of the judicial sign. Do you have one card? Now don't change your mind. Lock in on one. Do you have it? Now all of you at home right now watching, wherever you're watching, sitting, having the beverage of your choice, you're thinking of a card right now. You have that card locked inside your mind. I'm going to look through these cards and I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to remove this card. Now, if I actually read your mind, the card that I removed should be yours. Your card is gone. I hope you were just amazed. And speaking of amazing, I would like to introduce to you Heather Austin. Heather Austin works within the office of Randy Shaver's Community Fund, and she's going to tell you about some exciting events coming up over the next 30 days or so. Now I know right now you're sitting or standing there, and I'm standing here. But where are you going to be next year? Where are you going to be specifically on June 6th and 7th of 2021? Well, mark your calendars right now, because next year's gala and golf event will be held at Medina Entertainment Center and the Rush Creek Golf Club, June 6th, June 7th, 2021. We will see you there. And for now, please welcome Heather Austin.
Tim, that was amazing. I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to seeing him next year, live and in person at our gala. Thank you, Tim, and thank you all for joining us this evening for our first ever Rush to the Cure virtual gala. I'm Heather Austin, and we here at the Randy Shaver Cancer Research and Community Fund have pivoted to this virtual platform due to the COVID pandemic. We hope you find our program this evening informative and enlightening. We also hope that you've taken a bit of time to review our incredible silent and premiere auction. If you haven't, I'm here to help you kind of navigate through the GiveSmart site and talk about some important features that we have. If you haven't already, please make sure you buy a prize pyramid basket. There are only 50 this year, and they go so fast they might already be gone. We have a prize for the winner. We're going to draw at the end of the night. 7:30 p.m. You're going to get a text if you win. 14-karat diamond bar necklace, courtesy of Eloquent Jewelers. So make sure you get one of those. Watch your phone. Again, 7:30. You're going to get a text at the end of the night. You can also pick up that prize pyramid basket and the gift on 2 important dates, Wednesday, August 26th from 5 to 8 p.m. and Saturday, August 29th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Here's the easiest way to purchase a prize pyramid basket. From the home page on GiveSmart, go up to the left side of your screen and click on Items. Prize pyramid number 10, you'll see the little picture of the basket. Click on that, enter the number of baskets you wish to buy, and click on Buy. It's that easy. If you want to donate directly to the Randy Shaver Cancer Fund, I'm also going to tell you how to do that. On the top left of your screen, go ahead and hit Donate, enter the amount that you would like to donate, and just click the Donate button. You can also go to our website at www.randyshavercancerfund.org. Click on Donate, and it's that simple. Have you checked out the auto bid feature on the GiveSmart site? This is a great way to secure your items that you really, really want. Click on the item that you really want to purchase. Right underneath the photo, there's an option to auto bid. place the maximum amount that you'd like to spend on this item, and click auto bid. And you're set. Set it and forget it for the rest of the night. Just a reminder to all of you that bid this evening, can pick up your items at the Randy Shaver Cancer Research and Community Fund office address that you're seeing on your screen now. We are conveniently located in Minnetonka on the corner of Highways 494 and Crosstown. Pickup dates, once again, are on your screen now. In case you missed it, all of the previously mentioned details are on the Randy Shaver Cancer Research and Community Fund's website. And finally, I just want to remind you that you're going to get a lot of text messages tonight. This is the best way we have to communicate with you, so don't be alarmed and just check out the messages as they come in. Now, and finally, I would like to introduce you to our hosts for this evening. KARE 11 news anchor and two-time cancer survivor. This marks his 22nd year of being cancer-free from stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, and his second year of being cancer-free from prostate cancer, Mr. Randy Shaver. And many of you have had the pleasure of meeting this spunky, fashionable, sassy Cleveland girl. She has become a great friend, a great confidant to me, and I can only hope to be as amazing as she is someday. Mrs. Roseanne Giovanato Shaver.
Thank you, Heather, very much, and thanks to all of you for watching tonight. We especially want to take this time to thank our golf sponsors who've supported us even without our golf event this year.
We miss all of you at the event. Did you hear what Heather said about me, by the way? Thank you, Heather. She said I was spunky.
Yeah, I heard that.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Do you know what the only...
I don't agree with it.
You don't. You don't. Do you know what the only good thing about having a virtual event is?
What's that?
We don't have to wear shoes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or pants.
Oh, stop it. You have pants on. Don't listen to him. Hey, listen, everyone. We just want you to know how grateful we are to have you here with us this evening. We want you to know all of those of you that have supported us. We've chosen to call each of you our luminaries because you're the light that shines and allows us to get through this pandemic. We are so grateful to each of you who've guided us with your generosity throughout this pandemic. Your gifts are incredibly valued during this unprecedented time.
So special thanks to the Warner family, Warner Stallion, who's been with us from the very beginning. They've been awesome as usual. Flagship Bank, Culver's, for their incredible financial commitment. Of course, Rush Creek Golf Club and everything they do for us. The Medina Entertainment Center and Office Centers for their steadfast support.
We'd also like to thank all of our luminaries this year. You'll see the entire list here. We're humbled and we're grateful for every considerable donation that you've made and gift that you've given. It's become extremely apparent that the community that we surround ourselves with genuinely cares about Minnesota's cancer community.
Hard to believe this was our 25th year of doing this golf event, and we didn't expect it, obviously, to turn out like it has. But we certainly appreciate your support. You know, last year we gave away over $1 million to research and patient aid projects thanks to the golf event, and Tackle Cancer, and Take Down Cancer, and Carps Crushers, and Million Kicks for Cancers, just to name a few. It was a great year last year, for sure.
This year is a different story,
Yeah.
Rand. Due to the pandemic, many of our ancillary events are not going to happen. And we could very possibly only be able to award 1/3 of what we have in terms of funding in this year.
Right.
It's really going to be difficult. And we're here tonight to do what we can to raise as much money as we're able to keep as many research programs and community programs going. But we really, truly, truly need your help, because this virtual gala that you're watching right now is going to be our primary fundraiser for the year.
So I had a chance to talk to not only one of our community partners, but also one of our researchers that we support, to talk to them a little bit about how COVID-19 has affected their ability to do what they do to help people in our cancer community. The first one I talked to was Jenny Simmons. She is the Program Director of Youth Grief Services. They provide support and educational programs and camps to grieving kids. These are kids who've lost a parent to cancer. And here's what she had to say. Well, Jenny, first of all, let's talk about what coronavirus and COVID-19, how it's affected your program, because it's affected a lot of things in the world, but how specifically has it affected your program?
Oh, Randy, I'm just going to tell you, it's COVID-19 has had a dramatic impact on Fairview's Youth Grief Services programs. And as you know, it's the cornerstone of our program is that we bring people together to help kids and families in grief so they don't feel isolated. And obviously with COVID-19, we have not been able to have those face-to-face experiences anymore since March that are so important. So it's definitely been a challenge for us, but we've just really had to be creative. We had to make the difficult decision not to have our spring support group series, and also couldn't hold our annual Camp Aaron in June. So that was really devastating and disappointing for us. But I do say that the silver lining has been we just conducted 2 therapeutic drum sessions, and it was fantastic. Our volunteers are really awesome volunteers. They came and picked up drum sets with drum buckets and decorative duct tape and drumsticks, and they hand delivered them. Then the kids made their drums before. There was instructions, and they made their drums and brought them to the Zoom session along with a picture of their loved one to share with the group. And it was really a powerful experience. In the middle of the second session, this little boy, about 10 years old, Jacob, he interrupts and says, you know, I know that all of our moms and dads have died, but they're still here with us in our hearts, and the drum sounds like their heartbeat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's it. That they have the ability to to make those connections, and then they could drum out all their grief and anger, and not just about their loved one that died, but on all the disappointments with COVID.
How is the funding from the Shaver Fund, how does that impact what you're doing, especially now during COVID-19?
I just want to say, I don't know if you realize this, but your fund has contributed a combined $167,000 to us over the years. And that's amazing. And I'm so honored. We're so honored to be a recipient of that. And the direct impact, because that money goes directly to the kids. I mean, our program is free. All programming is free of charge for our families. So this goes right to the programming and right to them. The future is unknown, but we're here for the long haul. And we'll have camp back sometime, and we'll be able to get back together soon, hopefully soon, who knows when, right? But the need is still great. That doesn't go away. Death doesn't go away.
Youth Grief Services is one of 8 community programs that our charity helped to fund this past year. At our current deficit, some of these programs may not be able to be supported in 2021. Since the beginning of our funding, Youth Grief Services has grown to help children not only in the western suburbs, but also in Minneapolis' urban area and across the river. These funds that we provided in January to Youth Grief Services purchased the items for the drum kits that you just saw in the video. So when you think about buying a silent auction item, making a donation, guess what? There's an example of where your money goes.
Well, I also had the chance to sit down and talk with Arpit Rao. He is one of the researchers that we have supported. He is the assistant professor and medical oncologist at the University of Minnesota. And I had a chance to talk to him about how coronavirus has affected his research. First of all, Dr. Rao, let's talk a little bit about, we've talked to community partners about how COVID has affected their programs. When it comes to research, when it comes to your patients, how has this pandemic affected all of that?
First of all, patients who have localized cancer are unable to get their curative surgeries because the operating rooms are working at half the capacity. So this means for us as medical oncologists that we have to give chemos or other treatments to these patients to keep their cancer controlled, or better still, shrink their cancer while they wait to get to that surgery. So in that sense, my practice has actually been busier during COVID than before COVID. Our research program has suffered because of COVID as well. Over the last 3 years, we've been building a world-class research program for GU malignancies, so prostate, bladder, kidney, testicular, so on. And we were really busy last year. Our research team was involved in clinical trials that led to 5 FDA approvals in just the last year. And that's a record for our program, and it's really impressive if you compare that with the programs around the country. Since the COVID hit, our capacity, our research team's capacity has gone to 50%. But I gotta say, in terms of what you'd expect from our research program this year, we're looking at probably performing above our target for this year, despite COVID.
How important has the funding from the Shaver Fund been for your research and your patients?
Incredibly important. So about 3 years ago, when you guys gave me $25,000 to work with for my research, that $25,000 seed money has transformed into a multi-million-dollar clinical trial. And then, it's helped us create this biobank and do lots of really important investigations on the biology, on treatments. Things that I had never dreamt of are happening at the University of Minnesota, in part because of the funding support we got from Shavers. We can't stop with our progress. We can't let COVID slow us down. Researchers, patients, families that are suffering from cancer, that are fighting cancer, they need help from the community. I know that we are hurting as a society. I've seen that firsthand, but it cannot be an excuse to slow down, because even after COVID goes away, these cancers are still going to remain.
Just so you know, Dr. Rao's received over $185,000 from our cancer fund in the past 3 years. His research for prostate cancer is one of 22 projects that the Randy Shaver Cancer Research and Community Fund has helped support this past year. And Dr. Rao has led more than 15 phase 1 and phase 2 clinical trials focusing on a variety of cancers. He has the largest portfolio of any Masonic faculty member, and he is the reason why your donations are making a difference in our community.
We've told you how the coronavirus pandemic has impacted our charity, and we've given you examples of how this virus has changed the way our community partners implement their programs, and the way that doctors have had to treat cancer patients differently. And in some instances, slower progress is being made in regards to research. However, throughout all of this, we look for that glimmer of hope, that spark that reminds us to always have faith and to never give up. Each year, we give the Angel Award to an individual who goes beyond, who never gives up, and whose determination is exceptional. This year's Angel Award goes to Dr. Michael Olin, because you know what? Angels always keep their promises. Watch this.
Mike Olin is one of the leading cancer researchers at the University of Minnesota, but it wasn't always this way.
I was a postdoc raising 2 boys, and on the weekends and weeknights after work, I delivered pizzas to feed my family.
His bulldog-like determination is what sets him apart. He was in the Air Force, and during his enlistment, he realized his passion for discovery and helping people. Mike became an expert in flow cytometry, a technique used to detect and measure physical and chemical characteristics of a population of cells or particles. In 2008, Dr. John Olfest was looking for a researcher in his brain tumor lab at the U with that particular expertise. The two joined forces and became fast friends.
He goes, "Are you ready to go to the dark side of immunology?" He goes, I need an immunologist. I need someone to take a new perspective of things. We worked well together. I mean, personally, professionally.
The two worked on a drug called GBM6AD to treat deadly brain tumors. During that time, Mike recognized the value of an immune checkpoint called CD200 in the fight against glioblastoma. It would become his life's work and a promise made to Olfest, who at age 36 suddenly died of melanoma in 2013.
I made a promise that I would continue on in treating or trying to develop methods of treatments for pediatrics with brain tumors. That was my promise to him.
Through his partnership with Dr. Elizabeth Pluhar at the University of Minnesota Veterinary School, Mike worked on curing dogs with brain tumors, knowing it could someday lead to saving human lives.
When I first started working with her, we were testing the CD200, and she came to me after about 5 or 6 dogs, and she's like, I think I'm gonna stop. I'm like, what? She goes, well, we're killing the dogs. So she goes, well, we'll do a couple more dogs and we're probably gonna have to stop. And she did a couple more dogs and they responded beautifully. And she went back and took a look at it, and it turns out that French poodles, Frenchies, do not respond to treatment. So we started recruiting others and just other breeds and just had a fantastic response.
Research money is always tough to come by, and it was no different for Mike, but he discovered an important partner in the Randy Shaver Cancer Research and Community Fund.
My lab personally was down to a couple $1,000s, and it was really a scary time. And then you guys came through with I want to say about $25,000 or $30,000 grant, and it really picked things up at that point.
Mike has received almost $250,000 over the last 9 years from the Shaver Fund to help keep his valuable research going. And during that time, his work accelerated. Fast forward to now, 2020, the year of COVID-19. But some great news in June from Dr. Mike Olin. In partnership with Dr. Chris Mortel, Mike received clearance from the FDA to launch a phase 1 clinical trial using CD200 and the drug GBM6AD. So Mike, how proud are you of your accomplishments?
I'm proud of the whole team. It's been an experience doing both bench and bedside that I've grown personally, just watching people live better lives and longer is just satisfying.
Adult patients with recurrent glioblastomas would finally receive this drug, a promise kept by Mike to John Olfest to see it through. That bulldog-like determination making a difference in the world. Our Angel Award winner this year is Dr. Mike Olin. Congratulations to Mike for receiving this award. We wish we could have given it to you in person this year, but we can't wait to get the opportunity to see you in person and to give you a big hug and tell you thank you for all that you've done. Just an update on Dr. Olin's clinical trial. It began in June. It's currently underway with patients who have recurring brain tumors, and the Randy Shaver Cancer Research and Community Fund is proud to have funded this work since 2006. The overall amount of money, $600,000 have gone into this project over all these years, and it would not be possible, without your generosity.
And you know what? What's really cool is after the first 12 adults receive this protocol, 12 more people will receive it, and they will be children. So we're so blessed and so grateful for your donations. 24 people will receive this type of research, cutting edge research, because of the money that you've donated over the years. What you saw here tonight could not have happened without you, without your donations. Now more than ever, we really need your support. We were able to fund 30 research and community programs last year. This year, the coronavirus puts many of these programs at risk. I know that you're going to do all that you can to support tonight's Fund a Grant. so that we can continue to support grieving children who need to be given a voice, or cutting-edge research, or food for families in hospice settings. And the list does go on. Right now, you have received a text that reminds you that this is your time to fund a grant. At this very moment, if each of you donated right now, we'd be able to fund 1 year's research in one area for an entire year. Maybe it's your morning drive-through coffee money for a week, or whatever that small sacrifice might be for you. That's a gift to someone in Minnesota struggling with cancer. Thank you so very much.
Well, thank you very much for considering to donate to our program.
Not considering, for donating.
For donating to our Fund a Grant and to our research and community projects that we hope to be able to fund in the next year. But for those that are looking for ways to deal with this pandemic from home to make things a little bit more tolerable, well, we can help you with that too. And you can support Minnesota's cancer community at the same time. Here is Roseanne and Heather. She's returning to highlight our 5 premier auction items.
By the way, she calls me Spunky.
Spunky.
Spunky. Now, if you've looked through the silent auction list, you'll notice number 5 on the items list, which is one of our premier auction items, formerly called live auction items. Number 5 is the Warner Stellian Wonderland. The appliance specialists at Warner Stellian will help you choose from the very best products for your home. They love kitchens, but did you know that this certificate can also be applied to Backyard Griller's Paradise, an efficient, streamlined laundry zone? Upgrade your heating and your cooling system? They can help you with the latest super efficient models. This project does need to be completed by August 2021. The value of this is $10,000. This is courtesy of the Warner family and Warner Stellian. So think about it. Maybe you need a larger fridge for all the extra food that you've been storing throughout this pandemic.
Or maybe you've become a master griller over quarantine and you just want to make your neighbors super jealous. Remember, it's number 5 on your list, courtesy of Warner Stellian and the Warner family. Now, guys and gals, seltzer or beer? Why choose when you can have both? Our amazing friends at Fulton are gonna give you both. The winner's gonna get a case of Fulton beer and a case of Fulton seltzer every single month for 1 whole year. What about that? The winner can pick up the cases at the Randy Shaver Cancer Research office. And bonus, you get to see us. Be safe, drink responsibly, and have more fun. Please try out Fulton Beer's new seltzer. It's refreshing and
Lower in calories.
The value of this item is $800, and thank you to our friends at Fulton Beer.
Next is number 7 on your items list. We couldn't send you to Sonoma, but we're going to bring Sonoma to you. We actually were going to try to send you to Sonoma, and then COVID happened. But no fear, we're here. We're going to save the day. You're going to receive 12 bottles of wine from a Sonoma Valley vineyard every quarter. And you're going to try a new Pinot Noir, a new Zinfandel, all the way to supple and well-structured Cabernets, which are my personal favorite. And you know what? This particular wine from the Sonoma counties are enjoyable to every palate and with every meal. So just so you know, as Heather mentioned earlier, the winner is going to pick up these cases at the Randy Shaver offices, visiting us, right? At a mutually agreed upon time. And if you're really, really super nice to us, we might even deliver. You know, it just be nice, cookies, something like that. Contact, what?
Just remember,
Yep.
drink responsibly. And
Yep.
contact either of us with any questions on
Any
this.
questions, we're here for you. Now value is incredible. It's a $2,000 value, and it's courtesy of our wonderful, wonderful friends and supporters, Jim and Leslie Byrne. Thank you to the Byrnes.
All right, guys, this is what you've been waiting for. Number 8, we're almost there. Are you looking for a man cave must-have or a Netflix nirvana? We have the best item for you. I bet everyone in your home will be super pumped if you come home with this 75-inch UHD crystal TV. 75 inches, yes, I said it. Experience movies and shows on a vibrant 4K HD screen using the universal guide to help you surf and select any content that you want. Everything you watch is automatically upscaled into 4K for stunningly vivid, amazing color. Now again, we thank Warner Stallion and the Warner family. The value of this item is $1,200.
Great, people. Hey, and if there's anything else you need, whether it's anything throughout your kitchen, the place to go is Warner Stallion. They are so wonderfully connected to our community and support our community. We just love the Warner family. Now, finally, this is the last item, guys, number 9. It's number 9 on your items list. Let me ask a question. No one's listening. Did that COVID-19 creep up on you? Well, it has for some of us. But our good friends at Belladure Med Spa are here to help you. You're going to bid on 6 cycles of cool sculpting. You're going to eliminate that stubborn fat safely and effectively, without surgery, without downtime. I may or may not have tried this, and I may or may not have to tell you that it works well. Anyway, here's the news. Take away that quarantine stress and let cool sculpting do the rest. This is valued at $4,500. And a special thank you to Robin and Jack at Belladure Med Spa. We appreciate this donation so very much.
I just want to let everyone know that there's a little secret behind these premier items. If you really, really want this item, you may have already noticed, as the auction's been open since Wednesday, there's a buy it now option for the full value price of all of these items. So if you want it, you got it. Just click on the item. There's a buy it now tab underneath the picture. Click on the buy it now button for that value, and it's yours. So take a peek, see if it's still available. If it is, buy it now.
Absolutely. We want you to buy things now because actually that's going to help us later. I'd like to extend a special thank you to Heather Austin and Rhonda Brow for being the best of colleagues and friends during this pandemic. And a special thank you to Tim Gabrielson for lightening up the mood in the beginning of the evening. He always does that so well. And for Katie and Chaz Tietson for their help with the production of tonight's video. And Ryan Shaver, our oldest, for shooting the videos used throughout this evening.
And Heather, his wife, helping us out as well.
She's our teleprompter.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Right. So remember, if you purchased a prize pyramid basket, you are entered to win a 14-karat white gold and diamond bar necklace courtesy of Dana and Annie Brown from Eloquent Jewelry. Also, we want to remind you that at 7:30, the winner will receive a text saying that you've won that necklace. So you have your phones close so you know if you're a winner or not. Thank you again for supporting the rush to the Cure Randy Shaver virtual gala for Minnesota's cancer community. It's a better place because of all of you. We really do appreciate it. Watch our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for details on upcoming event. And here's our handles for all of those.
And a final reminder, everyone. Our auction is open until 7:30. 7:30 tonight, okay? So please, please, please be generous and get those final bids in now. We need you more now than ever. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I mean, it's more than you know in terms of supporting Minnesota's cancer community. We want you to stay safe. We want you to watch out for each other. We thank you again so very much. Good night.